Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. Just wanted to come out tonight and just kind of flip the script a little bit and just talk to you guys about the three things that I could see us being like a major factor for us going in the next season that could possibly end up making us a bust. And like we've all seen it. We saw it last season. Thought this defense was going to step up and it completely crapped the bed. And we were a bust last year. And if we're a bust again this next coming season, you're going to see heads roll. You're going to see players really start to get swapped around. Hopefully, I don't honestly think you'd see Gruden leave, but I think you'd see a lot of players that you truly love leave this team. And you'd see a complete rebuild start at that point. But I have a lot of confidence in this season. But there's three big things I wanted to address and just kind of get your guys' opinions on it, see how you felt. And before we jump into it real quick, for everybody that checked out that fishing video, I know it sucked. I know it was super choppy, and I apologize for that. But I'm going to make it work, man. I'm going to keep tweaking my settings, and I'm going to get everything back. But I want to jump into this tonight. We're not going to waste too much time. My first one is if we don't get a right tackle, either through free agency or in that first or second round, we're screwed. That offensive line is going to end up taking a major shot. And it sucks to say that, but I still honestly see us going tackle at 17 at this point. It's not like a glamorous thing. It's not huge, but I really think that it'll make a pretty big difference. So that one kind of sucks. But I know a lot of people are saying that this offensive linemen are super deep in this class, and they go all the way back to the second and third rounds. If you do not, or third and fourth rounds, if you don't get an offensive lineman in those, honestly, the first round, I don't want to see him starting. And then offensive linemen coming in the third, fourth, they're not going to come in there and be your starting right tackle. That just is what it is. That's the reason these guys go a hell of a lot higher than the other guys at the bottom of the list, or teams would all have completely jacked up offensive lines all the way across the league, and that's just not the way it is. You have to get one of those top tier dudes, especially if you're planning on them playing or possibly even starting. So that would be my first one. The next one is if we start a rookie in that single high free safety position, that dude is going to get torched. Like, there is no way around it. I don't care if it's the best safety in the draft. If you bring that dude on to this team and start him as our single high safety in Gus Bradley's system, the more experienced quarterbacks across the league are going to destroy him. I do not care who it is. They will destroy him and they will pick him apart. They will look him off balls, and you will see people going deep on us constantly. It's going to make Abram not trust the coverage behind him, so he's going to start playing back instead of truly playing the box, which is going to completely screw him up, and it'll just kind of trickle down throughout the defense. And unless that offensive or defensive line truly just goes off, like truly goes off, you'll see some huge problems still on this defense, man, and that sucks. And the last one, and the biggest one to me, it's Gruden. And it's Gruden's predictive ass play calling, not even his red zone offense, which completely sucks. And he said he was going to work on last season, and we saw the exact same thing this past year. And then, but once he seems to get outside of his opening script, the whole thing just goes on repeat, and then we just get completely crapped on as the game progresses because the other team knows what we're going to do. Even us as fans are sitting there knowing exactly what we're going to do. And I know it sucks that kind of is what it is, but those are my big three, man. So I want to hear from you guys if you kind of agree, if you disagree, what's your thoughts of what our three could be. So hit me up and let me know. Costas, what's going on, man? Julian, how are you doing? Derek Carr is looking ripped this year. He can't be a reason. There's no chance I'd put DC on this list as a reason. As of the title of the live stream, it's always possible. We had very high hopes for this defense last season with Malik Collins, Nick Kwiatkowski, Littleton, and Nazep, and that didn't work out. It didn't, dude, but we've switched it up again. So hopefully this will be the magic remedy to make it all happen. Dick, how are you doing, man? Glad you can make it to the show. It may work out this year. Only time will tell. That free safety, that free safety situation kills me. The offensive line is a concern. No, the free safety is the biggest hole on this team right now. I completely agree with that. Derek Carr hasn't been the reason for many years. No. I was pissed beyond imagination with the Anthony Harris situation. He seems like he didn't want to take a look at him. I really don't think he wanted to come to Vegas. I think that was the biggest thing. I think some players just don't want to play for certain teams. I think Anthony Harris might have been one of those guys. The lights are back. Pizza, what's happening, man? The fishing was great. Yeah, I'm going to work it out. I'm going to keep going with it. Carlos, how are you doing? Al, what's going on? Chris, what's good, man? That fishing video was great. Loved it. The next time, catch something. Yeah, no doubt, dude. I'm so pissed. I got skunked on my first time out. Every cast I made, I was like, dude, I have to get something on this. And then I knew, I kept checking my phone. It kept spinning, so I knew, parts of that video were getting cut out. There was, a 5-minute intro to that video of just me talking about how people were shredding me for putting Ruggs in the slot, and I still stand behind that because Ruggs played a hell of a lot of slot last season. I continue to see him do the same thing, especially with the wide receivers we brought on this team, man. If Edwards steps up, you're going to end up seeing Ruggs play a lot of slot, and that is what it is. I'll take my shit if you guys don't believe me. Offensive line implodes. Defense still sucks on deep passes. Rookie wide receivers stumbling, man. That's what I'm afraid of. And these are all things that I could see possibly happening unless you get some vet guys to fill these positions on that back end, man. Isaiah Johnson at free safety. I thought about that a pretty good bit, man, and I just don't like it. I really like the fact that Mullen and Arnett, I'll take those as our two starters. And then having Nixon and Isaiah Johnson behind them, and Isaiah Johnson's been playing pretty damn good, or Gus Bradley's been pretty impressed by him, so I'm really hoping that you see that kind of stick as our cornerback rotation. I really wouldn't mind that, as much as I'd love to see another veteran corner come onto this team. If we didn't bring one in, I'd kind of be okay with it, and just let Isaiah Johnson continue to kind of work his way into that position. Rework Carr's contract and sign Schwartz for right tackle. Draft Barrymore 17 in the second round. Sign a free agent free safety. As long as we get a free safety, dude. Richie Grant or Morig. I mean, you pretty much saying, in my opinion, you'd have to take Morig at that point. But at the same, I don't want either one of those dudes as our starting single high safety, dude. They'll get shredded. I'm telling you right now, they'll get shredded. There are a lot of great current O-linemen who are taken in the later rounds. We can't go D in the first rounds and grab the offensive line after that. I don't know, man. If you wait that long to grab an offensive lineman and you have him start, and you're going to pay the price for it. I'm telling you right now, you will. Isaiah Johnson has not played free safety for all intents and purposes. He will be a rookie free safety. He may work out. I don't know, because I really think you're going to see us running a lot less nickel next year, so I'm curious to see how that will shake down the rooms. But I don't know, man. That free safety position scares the hell out of me. Kyle Kidd, how are you doing, man? Yeah, I was pissed about some of those plays Gruden ran. It was just, dude, it was super predictable, man. Brandon, how are you doing? April Fool's Day? Yeah. My little boy, I bought him a fake little spider, dude. He ran around scaring kids all day at school. Trey Boston's best season came under Bradley. I haven't heard much news on him. Maybe we can handshake deal for him after training camp. Who shot me? I would take that, dude. I honestly I really like Trey Boston. You think our offense will be better this year? I'm worried about right tackle and free safety. I don't like relying on these rookies to fill huge gaps. Oscar, that's what I'm right there with. I do not want to see rookies fill these gaps. You can see one on the offensive line. Like, you get a dude like Colton Miller to play that right side, and he's just like a huge beast of a man. And you put him on that right side, he'll end up getting the protection that he has to give. And he'll have a little bit of help on some plays. So I really think that would work. You get a rookie free safety and stick him out there against some of the quarterbacks that we play on a weekly basis throughout this season that are in our own division besides Denver. And they're going to have a field day on us, man. Anybody know if Ryan Poole is still available? I'd have to look it up. I think Gruden did improve on his playbook, but he made plays for Bowden. I think he uses those plays on Drake. Maybe I hope you're right about that, because he seemed like he had a pretty good plan for Bowden, and then, I mean, he was gone. Ended up going to Miami. But I don't want to say that the whole section of that playbook was cut out because of that, because some of that you could have worked into Booker. I understand they're not the same type of player. You could have worked some of those into just Ruggs could have ran some of those plays, and you just never saw it. He's still out. Oh, he is still out there. My dream would be to get Jock in the first round and Holland in the second. But if we can only get one of them, I really want Holland. Chris, if I'd take Holland. I kind of like him. I know a lot of people out there shit on him. I don't really get it. But at the same time, I don't want him starting. Like, there's no chance I'd want him starting. He may be a good slot cornerback. It's possible. I want to see how much we run that slot cornerback this year. The Nation, what's good, dude? What's your record prediction for 2021? Well, shit, we're playing 17 games now. So if I called it right now, going in with this team, like 9-8. Like 9-8 would be my prediction right now if we don't fill these positions and really get like the right talent in there, and then use these rookies as the depth behind them. And then as these rookies can step up and like they beat out these vets through camp, then so be it, dude. If they earn their right to play, let their asses on the field. But you have to have something in place to where you're not banking on that rookie catching on, getting used to everything, and then coming in and playing a full season. It's highly unlikely, dude. And for at least for the first 7 to 8 weeks, you would take some losses on nothing more than those dudes just getting blazed on a play basis. For me, it's the play calling and way too many field goals. The draft will fill holes, and the players will get cut to help fill up some too. Big year. Remember, we are young, and the defense should be easier to learn. It should be, Brian, I will give you that. Gus Bradley's defense is going to be a hell of a lot easier for these guys to learn than Gunther's defense of you do exactly what I say, and if you deviate from that, it's your fault, not mine. That kind of shit does not fly, dude. Malik Hooker, he's still out there. I would take him too. He's probably the best single high cover safety that's still on the board at this point. But he's coming off an injury, man, and like one wrong little tweak, and then all of a sudden you're on your rookie week 1 and you're in that same damn situation. Lenny, what's going on? You spent too much time fishing? No, Lenny, dude, I don't know. I like to look at it from both angles just to kind of see, because there's a lot of people that just shit on this team every year, throughout the season, through the off season. It's like that's their way of being a Raider fan. And honestly, some of these dudes really know what they're talking about, so I respect them. So I try to look at it from their side just to kind of see exactly how they feel and what they're looking at. And I mean, those would be the 3 biggest things. If we don't fix this going into next year, you're going to see a season that you just saw in 2020, again in 2021. These are real easy changes. I mean, you fix all this and you go into it, and Gruden really opens up his playbook, and we start playing every team like we play Kansas City, where he just gives Carr the freedom to go out there and makes these plays on offense. You'd see us lighten some teams up, but until he's willing to take that step and just kind of hand it over to Carr, which is big-ass ego will very rarely do. It only does it in certain situations. If you gave Carr complete control of the red zone offense, you'd see a hell of a lot less field goals. I promise you would. Really hoping we already have more talent. We're more talented right now. How do you feel about our linebackers? I really like our linebackers. I truly do. I think Littleton's going to step forward. I think Witkowski is a damn beast. I think Morrow will continue his growth and get better and better. I think Muse playing behind that. I really think Muse is going to end up being like a coverage linebacker, a lot like Littleton is. I think he's really going to end up working out. And Javen White, I'm telling you, I really think that kid's going to be a damn stud, like a true stud. Paul G was the problem. Still doesn't make up for no real free safety. No, it doesn't, dude. Shane, I've heard Holland is almost undesirable. Dude, he's been catching a lot, man. I'll have to look more into it. From the tape that I saw on Holland, and I mean, it's not perfect, but I think he has a hell of a lot of potential. In fact, Bradley's defense is the secondary revolves around the free safety. I'd rather have Holland than Morrig. Damn, that's bold, Chris. I will give you that. Michael, how are you doing, man? Thanks for coming out. I'd rather have Cisco. I do like Cisco a lot, man. Morg is a true deep safety, though. He is, man. He's a true deep safety that has played against like some great college players. But if you have a true deep single high free safety and you pit him on a game and he's going against a dude like Brady or even a dude like Mahomes, they're going to look him off balls, man. Going against Aaron, like I'm talking like going against these better quarterbacks, they're going to shred a rookie free safety in single high coverage. Like they're going to. There's no way, and it's not anything. It's not a knock against any of these players, man. It's just them not being at the same level as these elite quarterbacks. It is what it is, man. Still don't want to run. No, I don't, dude. Would you be surprised if Joyner became super good because of what happens with the Raiders? I would not be shocked by that, Pizza. You might have found something. Oh, ISO, what's happening, man? Thanks for coming out, dude. Cisco is cool. He has the most range out of all these safeties. He does. He really does. Oh, what up with OG Compton? I don't know, man. Are you high on Micah? Dude, if you're talking Micah Parsons, yes, I am. Like, if that dude's sitting there at 17, I would take it in a damn heartbeat. Oh, Cameron, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Chargers are bulking up their team. They made the biggest surprise next. Dude, Lenny, I know you're a Chiefs fan. I'm a Raider fan. I'll tell you right now, keep a close damn eye on that Chargers. The Chargers and Arizona are the 2 teams that I'm really looking at right now that could take, like, that next big step. And I really want it to be, we have to be in that mix, because I'm telling you, if Kansas City stays like kind of on top of this division, what sucks to say, and then the Chargers surpass us, and then the only team we're better than is Denver, I'm going to be so pissed off, like completely pissed off. Mike is a great linebacker right now. We have other needs. We do have other needs, man, but that's one of those situations like where you either draft a need or you bring true talent onto your team. And I really just want to see the Raiders get to the point where we start bringing on just true talent, to where we're done filling needs. We're just getting the best players. Trade Waller and a first-round pick and draft pick. Shane, value-wise, I think Richie Grant higher than Morrig and way higher than Holland. I'll give you that, dude. A lot of people are really high on Richie Grant. Barrymore is good. I just don't see us drafting him that high, considering that we didn't free. Yeah, if we go 17 and get a defensive lineman, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. I'm not even going to lie, dude. Parsons, no. Barrymore, yes. If not available, right tackle. Are we trading back some draft picks this year, son? If so, for who? The only way I could see us drafting back in this draft, as far as like pick 17 goes, if it gets the 17 and like there's like 3 or 4, like I don't have their names off the top of my head, but like elite offensive linemen in this draft. And if they start drafting and nobody's there at 17 and like those 4 dudes are still on the board, I could see us trading back, making sure that we're able to get one of those guys and possibly getting an extra second or maybe a super high third. in exchange for that first round pick and the move back, and that would be the perfect situation. If the Raiders pulled that, I'd be happy as hell, man. And then, I mean, it would open up a tremendous amount more for this draft board. Parsons is a Khalil Mack type player. Yes, he is. That's why if he's on the board, you take him at 17. We need a true middle linebacker. Any available in the draft? Caesar, dude, I completely think that Kwiatkowski is our, he's it. He's our middle linebacker. That dude's gonna surprise a hell of a lot of people, man. He looked good last year underneath Gunther, which is something in itself. You put him with somebody like Gus Bradley, and he has Morrow on one side, he has Littleton on the other. You're gonna see that dude play completely different. I cannot wait to see that, especially if he knows Abram is sitting right behind him, just kind of playing that zone box to where he's just crushing down on everything. It's gonna give Nick Kwiatkowski a hell of a lot more freedom, and you're gonna see that dude just ball out everywhere. Are great, but we have nothing but hopes for Muse and White. They're totally unproven. White got a little bit of playtime last year, and I know he had a few bust plays, but he came in at the end of the year, never played at all really. So I really think I like him, dude. Muse is a complete mystery, for all of us. That just kind of is what it is. Son, have you heard about any of our 2 or 3 year evaluations? I'd have to look into. I really have not, man. Davian Nixon late. Hope he slides. He slides to the 4th or Shit, it'd have to be the 5th for us. True of all Ricky. It is true of all Rickies. Sherm is in Las Vegas. My excitement is wasted energy. Lord, man, I heard he was there just for his birthday, but there's no telling, man. Could have all worked out and just been a perfect storm to where he's there for his birthday, but Gruden has a little talk with him, and maybe we work something out. I'd be happy as hell about that. I hope Gus can get our defense under control. I have high hopes. Callie, I'm pulling for it. I'm really pulling for it because I really have my high hopes for Gus Bradley, too. I think it's going to be a big, big different thing. Tackle in the first round, and definitely, yeah, dude, Edgar, it would have to be. It would be see them do something more with the upside. Can't wait to get a good tackle later. You cannot hold off on getting one of these elite tackles. You are living the dream. We want too much. He does want a hell of a lot of money, dude. I grab a tackle with the first pick. That's really where I see this going, and I'm totally okay with it. I know it's not glamorous. We're not getting one of these huge, awesome dudes. But if you're missing, if you have that gap on your team going into the draft, it seems like you have no other choice but to go tackle. And go and tackle in that first round would honestly give us the availability to be able to trade that pick back a little bit. Don't need a cornerback. We need a safety. Yes. I read Abram adding muscle. If that's a good idea as far as his agility. Caesar, if he's adding the right kind of muscle, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to put on muscle. You can get stronger but still get extremely cut. As long as he's not putting on bulk, I think he'll be fine. What's good, Joku? Made it a little late. Oh, Andrew, no worries, man. Thank you for coming out. We could try Isaiah Johnson at safety. I don't know. I don't want to even. The more I thought about it, I don't even want to see it. Tackle or a safety. It has to be a tackle, dude. We have to address this safety position before we get to this draft. In one fashion or another, we have to address it. Right tackle has to be a good one. They can start. Yeah, they're going to have to start this year. I'm telling you, if we don't do anything, that right tackle is going to have to start this year. And I'm okay with it as long as we get one of the top dudes out there. If you're not going to, you're going to have a long-ass season, man. All right, man, that's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. Just wanted to bring it out, just show you my 3 ideas. I know I'm going to catch a little bit of hell for this video, but that is what it is. But, man, thank you all very much. If you could click that like button on your way out, I would appreciate it. It really does help me out and keep me growing.